This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Lionel Tone among almost 20 Clarendon communities without water supply. Lionel Tone and Rocky Point are among almost 20 communities in southern Clarendon without water because of a power supply issue affecting Jamaica public service systems in the area. The National Water Commission says the electricity issue has forced the shutdown of operations of the Kempshill water supply facility in the parish. The areas affected include Banks, Sedge Pond, Ashley Hall Housing Scheme, Water Lane, Racecourse, Kempshill, Longwood, Coffalls, Lionel Tone, Rocky Settlement, Rocky Point, Portland Cottage, Mitchelltown, Waterwell Housing Scheme, and Hayesfield. The NWC did not indicate a timeline for the restoration of the service. It says regular water supply will be restored as soon as the power supply problem is corrected. Family says the cops killed a teen in cold blood. Just hours before 18-year-old Tyrone T.J. McDonald took his last breath at the Spanish Town Hospital on October 5, his older sister Elia Edwards said he besieged her to get justice for him. The teenager was shot on September 18 in Gulfer Gregory Park, St. Catherine, in an alleged shootout with the police. Yesterday, a tearful Edwards joined the relatives in building benches and the tables for Tyrone's 9 night, which is scheduled for this Friday in Compound, a short distance away from where he was shot. She stated that making funeral arrangements for her baby brother was the last thing the family had expected. Last week Wednesday when me go fi look for him keep on a tell me say him love me. Him tell me say him want to see him baby mother. Him girlfriend pregnant, so him not go know him baby. When me a leave him say, please get justice for me. Me no feel me a go make it. Me can't fight no more. Edwards said that was 8 a.m. Him girlfriend go look for him after 12 and me talk to him on the phone. And him tell me say even if him no move, me must still fight for justice for him. Me tell him say me love him and him tell me say him love me back. That was it, Edwards said between tears. The police reported that law enforcers were on patrol when they were allegedly fired on by 2 men who ran onto the premises. The police said they gave chase and returned the fire, hitting one of the men. Angry residents reportedly attacked the lawmen and tried to prevent them from apprehending the men. The cops then called for reinforcements. But residents told the news that they did not attack the police. They said they barged into the yard where the injured teen was laying and demanded that he be transported to the hospital. Edwards is adamant that Tyrone was not a violence producer and wanted to become a businessman. She questioned how he was shot at close range, despite if it was a shootout, and how no gun was recovered from the scene. Lawmen with whom the news spoke at the scene confirmed that no firearm had been recovered. Edwards also questioned how Tyrone, a former Oscott High School student, was never charged with any crime while he was in hospital under police guard. I was really angry, and I remember at one point at the hospital, me and one of the police officers catch up, and TJ turned to me and say, "Me sister, you know you can't bad up the police, that wrong." Him tell me say everybody do make mistake. He didn't have anything against the police force, she said. Edwards showed the news team videos of Tyrone in the hospital speaking to relatives, but said his condition took a turn for the worse last week. We did try move him to University Hospital of the West Indies, but the doctor said him can't move because they need to get him some blood and get him more stable first, Edwards said. She said the family was contacted by the Independent Commission of Investigations but is yet to hear from the police. Me nah go rest, and if it take me last breath to breathe, me a go get justice for my brother, because at the end of the day, I eat him asked for, Edwards said. The news reached out to Superintendent Hopton Nicholson, head of the St. Catherine South Police Division, but he said he would have to make further checks as the incident took place while he was on vacation leave. Foreigners seek bail in illegal gun importation case. A bail application for 2 foreigners arrested in connection with the seizure of 21 firearms and more than 2,000 rounds of ammunition at a warehouse at the wharf in Kingston in March is to continue in the gun court on Thursday. Lawyers representing the duo, 36-year-old Chef Jermaine Baker of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and a 42-year-old Dervon Brown, a construction worker of Bronx, New York, started their application last Tuesday. The men are charged with illegal importation of firearm and ammunition. Meanwhile, the alleged mastermind Godfrey Martin and his girlfriend Sherilyn McLean, who are also charged in the matter, were offered a $5 million bail on their first appearance on September 21. The St. Elizabeth businessman was arrested on August 7 at a popular party in St. Anne, while McLean, who is an American citizen, was arrested and charged on September 13. The two defendants had their bail extended last week. They will return to court on Thursday. On March 4, 3 rifles, 18 handguns, and 2,216 rounds of ammunition were reportedly found after customs officers detected a suspicious package and summoned the contraband enforcement team. Shortly after, the two foreigners were arrested and charged. Valerie Nita Robertson KC is representing Brown, while Jacqueline Samuels Brown KC and attorney-at-law Everton DeWar are representing Martin. Attorney-at-law Donahue Martin is representing Baker, while his colleague Vincent Wellesley appears for McLean. Man chopped to death, a woman injured, ex-boyfriend reportedly in custody. A man is dead and his girlfriend injured following a chopping incident in Dumbarton, St. Anne on Tuesday morning. Reports are that sometime after 8:15 a.m., the couple was in bed when they were attacked by a man said to be an ex-boyfriend of the female with a machete. The victims received several chop wounds to the upper body. They were taken to the hospital, where the man was pronounced dead and the female admitted. The suspect is now in police custody. Trade unionist calls for Joint Industrial Council to represent interests of security guards. In the wake of recent court ruling that private security guards are employees and not independent contractors, a leading trade unionist is calling for the setting up of a Joint Industrial Council to facilitate union representation in the sector. Vincent Morrison, president of the Union of Clerical, Administrative, and the Supervisory Employees, has written to the Ministry of Labor urging that this course of action be adopted to avoid chaos in the sector. The recent Supreme Court ruling on the matter involving the National Housing Trust and the Marksman Limited Security Company has set in motion intense debate on the future of the industrial security sector, specifically in relation to compensation and union representation. The industry has been engaged in deep discussions based on the ruling, as it will mean significantly higher fees being charged by security companies for their services. Mr. Morrison, in an interview with the news, argued that there is need for guidance and the proper management of the affairs of security guards.
The issues affecting the workers, the issues that the company have, because they have not only the overtime issues they have, or not getting payments from government, but there are a number of issues that they have. And we know that it was short-sighted why we don't have a council. And I'm saying that the time is not right. We cannot have 15,000 to 20,000 workers without proper trade union representation. But I can speak for all the other unions, but I know we have been having a number of calls from the security guards right across the country. Because, let me say, if you don't have this council, what is going to happen is that the workers will now have what I would describe as the unfettered right to join the union of their choice. And it will be a tidier situation going forward. We're talking about anywhere between 15 and 20,000 security guards to have the council, the Joint Industrial Council in place, rather than having 5, 6, 7, 8 unions representing this company, that sort of thing.
Security experts sees opportunity for progress in Jamaica's efforts to stem inflow of guns. Dr. Yvelaw Griffith, a leading expert on Caribbean security, is urging the Jamaican government to make use of what he regards as a golden opportunity to receive more help from the United States to tackle the issue of gun violence. Professor Griffith believes Jamaica should ride the momentum of its U.S. ambassador, who is Jamaican, as well as recent promises made by U.S. representatives during a recent meeting with Caribbean security officials. The issue of U.S. firearms being smuggled and used in Jamaica is well known and documented. It was recently discussed at the Council for National Security and Law Enforcement 2022 meeting. U.S. representatives at this event promised the greater support in tackling the flow of illegal guns into Jamaica from the United States.
For the first time ever in the 60-year diplomatic relationship between the United States and Jamaica, there is an ambassador of the United States in Jamaica who is Jamaican descent, Ambassador Nick Perry. And I think having a Jamaican who is the ambassador presents an opportunity to have someone who is keenly aware and even more zealous than the average diplomat to be able to allow everything that can be done to push implementation, push execution, and not go beyond platitudes. So I think there is reason to hope that the commitment last week would not simply be a set of promises, but I think all parts of the Jamaican society should take comfort in the fact that you've got a guy representing the United States who's of Jamaican descent.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.